My name is Matisse. Before I start, guys, I'm working on the part 2 of this abstract painting because I did part 1 yesterday. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Um, give a like, give that thumbs up, share the video, leave your comments, be truthful and honest with me. I can take insults and criticism, you know, but the most important thing, I want you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel because it is an art channel. So this year, you're gonna be seeing me doing a lot of different artworks here in my studio. I'm a full-time artist. That's how I work. This is part of my life. Been doing it all my life. So I'm gonna show you guys the artwork um, that I've been working on. So far, guys, let me see if I can bend this camera a little bit down so you guys can see. Can it go a little bit down? No, I guess not. So anyway, at least I tried. But I want you guys to be able to see me work on this. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm adding the purple right here. The purple of this painting. Let me see if I can turn it around so you guys can see. See right here. It's an abstract painting. I did little changes on the balls. Right now we're gonna paint over here. So I'm gonna add this color, grape jam. It's acrylic. Medium I use is acrylic paint. That's the medium I use. I'm wearing this, guys, because I have carpal tunnel. It's starting up here to my shoulder down here, and that hurts a lot because I do a lot of painting and I'm left-handed. So everything I do is with my left hand. The only thing I don't do with my left hand, I don't eat with my left hand, I eat with the right hand. Because I learned that eating with my right hand when I was a little kid. But I am a lefty. I don't know if there are a lot of lefties out there, but you know, I'm left-handed. So we're gonna use this medium acrylic paint. It's the color is grape jam. So that's what I'm adding over here to this work of art that I'm working over here, abstract painting. So this is part 2, guys, of my artwork. So let me know if you guys can see me working on my painting. Okay. I'm trying my best to show you what I'm doing. All right, guys. So let me start doing this. Hang out with me for a little bit, guys. Please give a like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the painting. Leave your comments on there, please. Who's crazy? I don't know. You tell me who is crazy. Who is crazy? You tell me, my friend. Who is crazy? Huh? Can you tell me? Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Let me go back to this painting, man. Let me go back to this. Yeah, I've been doing art ever since I've been 11 years old. I've been doing this all my life. I not only do abstract painting, I do a lot of figure paintings of women. I never painted men. I did one time when I was in art school. They had this old guy come in and we had to do drawings of him. And but mostly there were more women modeling for us. I guess the tradition is women, nude women, painting them in the nude. You know, figure painting is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I have a lot of figure paintings over here, but I don't post it on YouTube because I don't want to get flagged. Don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? It looks good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm gonna do a second coating of this acrylic paint on this. So this is part 2. Yesterday I did part 1. If you want, you can check out that video. So it's gonna take me a while to do this. I like to do things perfectly. You know, I'm a perfectionist. I like to do everything perfect. This summer, I'm gonna get ready to do an exhibit of my work that I've been doing for the past years. I've been doing a lot of artwork. I did exhibit way back. Had this guy named Robert Bullard. He was exhibiting my work, but I guess, you know, he couldn't do it no more because I think he told me once that his mom was sick and he had to go to Florida. Move back to Florida. Something that he told me. I don't remember too well, but... And he handed me back my paintings and stuff. So imagine I'm using this little skinny ass paintbrush to do this. I'm using another one too. There's just 2 brushes, but they're not so big brushes. They're small brushes. I just want to do the detail work with this brush. Do the lines on this abstract painting. I don't know if you guys are into art. I'm into art. I really am. Thank you so much. I appreciate the trophies. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, guys. Yeah. When I was in elementary school, right, I saw this kid doing drawings and painting comic strips, heroes. He was copying off that, and I was fascinated about that. You know, I said, man, I wish I could do that. That's what I said to myself. And then I started buying magazine of I think it was comic strips, and I was copying it off of that. And the beginning was kind of rough, but then I started getting good at it, and then I started painting religious pictures, taking them off the wall in my house, because my parents, they were Catholic. At that time, I was Catholic. You know, I didn't even know what was that Catholic thing is, but I used to take the pictures and paint Jesus and paint Mary, you know, and paint the crucifixion. At that time, you know, I was Catholic. And I'm gonna do a second coating. The thing what I'm doing is I'm lining this up so I'll be able to paint much better, because I don't want to mess up the painting. So that's how I do it. See, I go around a circle right here, and I use the other brush, you know. That's how I do it. Yeah, and then I got really good. And then I started watching Bob Ross when I was a teenager. You know, Bob Ross, the painter, he do those beautiful landscapes, man. And he sort of inspired me to do landscapes. And then I bought the Bob Ross kit thing, and I started wet on oil. Then I would buy art books, and I would copy off of the masters. And I got really good at it. And, you know, when I was a teenager, you know, I wanted to take out the girls out. So my dad won't give me no money. He didn't give me no allowance. So I would just you know, buy a couple of canvases. At that time, it was kind of a little cheap, you know. And I had the paint set, and I started copying off of those figure drawings, paintings, and I was selling the street for $25. And I had the money to take out the girls to the movies. I did it for fun, you know. That's how I did it. And I didn't take it serious at that time, you know, the art thing. And people would say, "Oh, you're so talented and stuff." And I remember this guy. He saw one of my artworks out there, and he said, "Can you paint the Central Park for me?" And I said, "I will." And he said, he gave me a canvas, a little small, tiny canvas. So I did a painting of it. And he's a photographer, so he gave me also a picture of what he wanted me to paint. And I did it, and he gave me $15 for it. Said, you know, little painting, little small painting. And he said that I had a lot of talent and stuff. I did went to Pratt Institute to learn to be an illustrator. At that time, I already knew how to paint. I was self-taught because I learned by watching Bob Ross paintings, right? And sometimes the teachers would get mad at me because they'll say, I want you to paint this way, not that way. So one day the teacher took us to a trip to paint Central Park, and I was doing the bridge thing that people walk on, and the trees, and my classmates, they started looking at me. I started getting an audience. They were watching me how I paint. And when the teacher saw that, man, she got really mad. She smeared my painting. She said, "I want to see brush strokes. I don't want to see that kind of thing." Because I remember the girl told me, "How do you do those leaves like that?" You know? And then she smeared my painting. She said, "Bob Ross is not an artist. Bob Ross is not an artist. I want you to do brush strokes." Man, she messed up my painting. And then my classmate told me, "Oh, she was jealous, man. She messed up your artwork." And, you know, I noticed that she didn't like me at all. And I dropped out. I only did 3 months of that school. I dropped out. I couldn't take it no more. Yeah, they wasn't teaching me anything. What could they teach me that I already knew? You know. There was some sarcastic teachers there that would say, "Oh, you know how to paint, you should teach the class." You know, I couldn't take it. And I just dropped out. So I've been doing this on my own. I'm 67 years old, going to 68. So from 11 years old to this year of mine, I've been painting, I think, for 56 years, I believe. Anybody know the math? Can you write it down there? Tell me how long I've been painting. I started when I was 11 years old, a kid. And right now, I am 67 years old. So how old you think I've been doing this? How long? You're a boy? Okay. What you doing watching this? Huh? You like art? That's why I don't show none of my other paintings, because they are very they have nudity. They're very erotic, and I don't show that here because I don't want to get banned or flagged. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm lining it up. Then this is what I do. I'll use this brush, this big brush right here. See that? Use this big brush. Right, and this is acrylic paint. And what I do is I go like this and start painting it, getting it on there, and then I'll give a second coating of the painting. This is what I do. Okay. And once I give the second coating, because it has to absorb the canvas, But if you notice, acrylic paint, if you dilute it with water, it looks like watercolor. So what I do is I'll let it dry, and then I give it a second coating, and then another coating more, like I did with these right here. Look, let me show you guys, like I did with these over here. Let me lift up the, let me put the camera over so you guys can see. Let me flip the camera. Okay, just like this, see? I will give another coating, and then it will become solid like this color, like I did with these over here, see? You can see that? Yeah. So, let me, oops, flip the camera back over. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, so I'm using the skinny brush for the detail work. Then I'm using this brush right here for that. So now I go back to the to this over here so you guys can see. Yeah, man, these teachers in that art school, man, they were pretty mean with me. That's why I dropped out too. And also I dropped out too because at that time I was married, had kids and everything, and I needed to work to take care of my family. In art school, there are more women artists than men artists. Do you know that? Because my classroom was filled with women. That's why I love art too, because a lot of women love to paint. And when they bring these men models, they'll be laughing, giggling, and stuff. It was funny, man. So I'm just making the lines here. Yeah. This painting will take a while for me to finish. The other painting, it took me like a year. The other one that I did was a big painting. Because I was going on and off to do the painting. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I want to paint. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to. But I stick to it. You know? I stick to it. To be honest with you. I'll be able to get this. Cover up these like that. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Now watch, I'm gonna cover this up now. Now I'm gonna start adding the second layer with this little brush. And it's gonna take a while for me to finish it because I like to take my time when I'm painting. I have a lot of paintings over here in my studio. I got like close to 200 paintings. Close to 200 paintings I got here. That's what the drawings I got. Because I also use pastel chalk to do drawings. So this is what I do. I use a little brush. And then I add another coating on it. And I let this dry up. I'm gonna continue painting this. This will only be part 2, but then part 3 will be the finished result of the painting. Yeah, guys, please leave your comments. Let me know what you think about the artwork. Subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends. This year, I'm gonna be doing more live videos of art. I hope that when the weather gets nice and warm, I probably might take you to the museums or the galleries around here in Center City. If God wills it, I'll do it. See what I mean? So I just do this like that. Say, cover that up like that, guys. I live in this building. I think I'm the only artist in this building where I live at. Nobody haven't seen my artwork. Only one coordinator lady who's the coordinator of this building. She came into my studio. She saw my work. She liked it a lot. She wanted to do an exhibit, but the type of exhibit she wanted to do was like a flea market thing, and I don't sell my work as flea market. I don't consider my work to be like that. You know, I love my work too much. I take my art very serious. I don't think you should sell your work for cheap price. It makes you like a cheap artist. I mean, I got many years and skill of doing this for me to be selling my work in a cheap price. Because I always say this, if you can afford to buy an iPhone 17 for what, $2,000 or $1,200 for iPhone 17 or $1,000, you can afford to buy a painting for $500 or $600. That won't hurt you, your pocket. You know, art is a luxury, man. Art is luxury. And you got a lot of art collectors out there who collect art. You know how long it takes for us to create something like this? This is made by hand. This is not made by taking a picture. It's made by hand. And it takes quite a while to do this. So this is what I'm doing. Then I'll add the other coating on it again. Yeah, guys. Where you guys at, man? You hiding? Why you hiding? Alright, guys, why are you hiding? Sun is out. Take a little break, guys. Take a little break. Drink some coffee or something. My hands are painty. All right. Say so far. what I did, guys. And flip this over and flip it. See? The second coating. Remember, it was looking like this, right? But then I did a second coating. Now I'm gonna let this dry up and then I'll do another coating until it gets like this flat, painted, and you won't see those lines on the artwork. Yeah, guys. Yep. Guys, please subscribe, give a like, let me know what you think about the artwork. Guys, don't be shy. I'm gonna take a little break, you know. This is not a long live, but the third video is gonna be when I complete it, and I will show you how it looks. I'm thinking about framing it and maybe in those frame with the glass, or maybe I might get the stretch bars and stretch the painting out, you know. And so far it's looking pretty good, the artwork. Yeah. So I'm missing my yellow paint. I need to get yellow paint. Yeah. So guys, I want to say thank you for coming over. I appreciate you. I love you all. Stay safe. Like I said, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell notification so every time when I go live, you'll be able to see me. And also give a like, leave your comments, let me know what you think about my work and the videos. And thank you for watching all the short music videos that I like to, you know, to listen and play for you guys. I love you all, and stay safe, and I'll see you next time.